The dream is alluring. Owning a sun-drenched apartment in Lisbon that pays for itself through tourist rentals or securing a stable, cash-flowing asset in a growing market overseas. International real estate investing promises diversification, potential for higher yields, and even a path to residency or citizenship in some countries. But for every success story, there's a nightmare tale of a beer who lost their entire investment to a fraudulent title, a crumbling building hidden by cosmetic repairs, or a Byzantine legal system they couldn't navigate. The difference between a profitable international asset and a financial black hole isn't luck, it's a rigid, systematic process of due diligence and professional guidance. This isn't like buying a house in your hometown. You are operating in a foreign legal system, often in a different language with unfamiliar business customs and currency risks. In this guide, we will move beyond the glossy brochures and walk through the exact step-by-step process that seasoned investors use to safely acquire property abroad. We'll cover how to vet a country before you even look at a listing, the non-negotiable team of local experts you must hire, the intricacies of cross-border financing, and the ongoing management strategies that protect your investment from afar. This is about transforming a high-risk dream into a calculated, secure business decision. Your journey doesn't start with browsing property listings. It starts with macro-level country and market research. You must fall in love with the numbers and the legal framework, not just the photos of a beachfront villa. First, investigate political and economic stability. Look at historical currency exchange rates against your home currency. A property might seem cheap, but if the local currency is highly volatile, your investment's value in your own currency could evaporate. Next, research foreign ownership laws. Some countries prohibit foreign ownership outright. Others allow it, but with restrictions. For example, in Thailand, foreigners generally cannot own land, but can own condominium units. Some, like Mexico, have a restricted zone near coasts and borders where foreigners must hold property through a bank trust called a fideicomiso. You must know these rules cold. Then, analyze the local real estate market dynamics. Is there an oversupply of new condos? What are the rental yields for different property types? Who is the typical tenant, long-term locals or short-term tourists? A pro tip is to connect with expat forums and read local English language news to sense the on-the-ground sentiment. Finally, consider your exit strategy. How liquid is the market? How long do properties typically sit for sale? Investing in a market with no clear exit is like buying a beautiful, illiquid painting. It's an asset, but you may not be able to sell it when you need to. This research phase should filter out emotionally appealing but financially or legally precarious destinations. Once you've identified a stable, foreigner-friendly market, you must build your local professional team before you make an offer. This is your most critical safeguard. Your team must consist of 3 independent professionals. First, a bilingual, experienced real estate attorney licensed in that country. Not a notary who in many civil law countries is a different, more administrative role. You need an advocate whose sole job is to protect your interests. They will review contracts, conduct the title search, and ensure the transaction complies with local law. Second, a reputable, local real estate agent who understands what foreign buyers need. They should have a long track record and provide references. Be wary of agents who only work with foreigners and seem to have deals that are too good to be true. Third, a qualified property inspector. Do not skip this, even if the property is new. Construction standards, termite risks, plumbing, and electrical systems vary wildly. A local inspector will know what to look for. The common, catastrophic mistake is using the seller's recommended attorney or inspector. These professionals work for you, and their loyalty must be undivided. Interview them, check their credentials, and understand their fee structure upfront. This team is your eyes, ears, and legal shield. Now, with your team in place, you can begin the transaction and due diligence process. When you find a property, your attorney's first job is to conduct a thorough title search at the local property registry. This confirms the seller is the true owner and that the property is free of liens, mortgages, back taxes, or legal encumbrances. In many countries, title insurance, as known in the U.S., does not exist, making this legal search your only guarantee. Your attorney will also investigate zoning laws and ensure there are no planned public works like a new highway that would affect the property's value. Concurrently, you must understand the total cost of acquisition. The purchase price is just the start. You will face transaction taxes like stamp duty or transfer tax, notary and registration fees, and your legal and agent fees. These can add 10% to 15% or more to the sticker price. Your attorney should provide a detailed breakdown. Financing is a major hurdle. Getting a mortgage as a non-resident is difficult. Interest rates are often higher, loan-to-value ratios lower, sometimes 50 to 60%, and you may need to demonstrate significant global income. Many international investors use cash or secure financing in their home country through securities-backed lines of credit. The insider strategy is to structure the purchase through a local limited liability company (LLC) if it provides liability protection or tax advantages. But this is a complex decision requiring advice from both your local attorney and your home country tax advisor. The deal is done. The property is yours. Now begins the phase many investors neglect: ongoing management and compliance. You are now a landlord in a foreign country. You have several options. First, self-management. This is only viable if you live nearby or are an exceptional remote manager. You'll need to handle tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance emergencies, and local tax filings in a different language and time zone. Second, hire a professional property management company. This is the standard and recommended approach. They typically charge 10 to 20% of the monthly rent. Vet them as rigorously as you did your attorney. Get a clear contract outlining their responsibilities, fee structure for repairs, and how they handle security deposits. They are your lifeline. Third, understand your tax obligations in both countries. You will owe property taxes locally. You will likely owe income tax on any rental profits in the country where the property is located. And, crucially, you must report this foreign-sourced income and the asset itself to your home country's tax authority. For U.S. persons, this means reporting rental income on Schedule E and possibly filing an FBAR and Form 8938 for the foreign bank account you use to collect rent. You may be able to claim a foreign tax credit for taxes paid abroad to avoid double taxation. This is not optional. The penalties for non-compliance are severe. An international accountant is essential here. Finally, we must address the elephant in the room: scams and common pitfalls. The most prevalent scam is the fake title or impersonation scam, where someone sells a property they don't own. Your attorney's title search is the defense. The off-plan development scam involves paying deposits for properties that are never built. Only work with developers with a proven history of completed projects and never make large payments outside of secured escrow accounts. The currency exchange scam involves using a non-bank, unregulated money changer who disappears with your funds. Use established, reputable currency transfer services or your own international bank. The over-improvement pitfall is sinking more money into renovations than the local market can support upon resale. Always renovate to the standard of the neighborhood, not to your personal dream standard. The pro tip for safety is to always visit the property and the locale yourself multiple times before buying. Never purchase purely from marketing videos or a single whirlwind tour. In conclusion, safely investing in foreign real estate is a marathon of meticulous research, expert team building, rigorous due diligence, and proactive long-term management. It is the antithesis of an impulse buy. By methodically vetting the market, assembling a trustworthy local team, understanding the full financial and tax picture, and planning for professional management, you can mitigate the unique risks and unlock the powerful benefits of global diversification. This process transforms a potentially hazardous venture into a structured, informed investment that can provide not just returns, but also invaluable personal and financial growth. Disclaimer: I am not a lawyer, tax advisor, licensed real estate professional, or financial advisor. The information in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not legal, tax, real estate, or investment advice. International real estate laws, tax treaties, and regulations are complex and vary by country. You must consult with qualified legal counsel in the target country, a tax professional specializing in international law in your home country, and a licensed local real estate professional before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not indicative of future results.